So we're here today with my friend Josh, and me and Josh met about almost 3 years ago now.
Yeah,
about almost
it
3
has
years.
been that long.
Yeah. When I was training, she was one of my clients, and she's come a long way. She had a government job, and she did not want to work that government job anymore. She wanted to work for herself. Mm-hmm. So I remember when you started going to massage school, and you said you wanted to be a massage therapist to help your mom through her pain. Mm-hmm. And since then, you've grown into this wonderful holistic health practitioner. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to talk a little bit about today about Yoni care, and she's going to explain to you what all that is and why we need it and what's so important about it, and how you got to this journey. So just tell us how you got here.
Okay. Like Jess was saying, Jess was my trainer. I call Jess Lucifer, and she really kicked my you-know-what. There were days where I literally was cussing her out in my head as we were doing boot camp trainings, like, what the have I signed myself up for? But she's awesome. I was going to say was awesome, but she's still awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So, yes. I was working state Medicaid. I was the assistant to the chief of staff, legislative affairs, office of communications. I did that for about almost 5 years. I just remember sitting on a couch with an ex. Yeah, with an ex. with an ex. And I just remember touching his arm. And this is going to sound so crazy, but I felt this white light just come to me. And that light said to me, go to massage school. I was like, huh, what? I asked him, did you say something? He's like, no, I didn't say anything. I said, you sure you didn't say something? He's like, no. And I just sat there, and I heard that voice again say, go to massage school. I was like, all right, God. All right, because I've heard this voice talk to me before. And because I've always been like a little hippie. I've always been natural, I've always really been big into energy, meditating. I've always been into meditation. So I've heard this voice before. So when that voice told me to go to massage school, I was like, all right, God, I'll go. So I started out at another institution first and transferred to Maryland Tech. It was beautiful. I loved it. When you do massage and you're in holistic health, it makes you get clear about your health,
Right.
So just learning about the different things that it offers. I got into Yoni practitioner, Yoni care, Yoni wellness through Oprah's magazine.
Really?
I was reading her magazine one day and I saw something that said V-Steam. I said, V-Steam? What's this? So I read the article and it talked about how it's like a facial for the vagina. I said, facial for the vagina? Let me Google this really quick to see if there's somewhere around here that does it. There's a clinic that I was working at back to the Central. I found her. She was the only person doing it in the area. So funny enough is I started working for her, or working with her as her independent contracted massage therapist part-time, because I was still working full-time. And so I got into all of that, started researching more about it, and then elections came around. Budget cuts started to happen. Rumors were flying around. It's a state government agency. When you're in a situation like that and you're the youngest on your team, there are things going on, you already know what's going to happen. I was one of 3 people who were going to be on the chopping block. So instead of them trying to find a way to fire me, which I wasn't going to let happen, I just remember I was miserable because they stripped me of all my duties. They gave me this, I'm just going to call it spade a spade. They gave me a BS project. I was doing so much there. I just remember one day being really sad and really depressed. And I wanted to leave and quit, but I was just like, I have a house, God. Like, what am I going to do? And I just remember God telling me, just let this place go. You're going to be okay. I was like, what? That same voice again. I'm walking down the hall to my office at State Medicaid, and I heard that voice again go, just let this place go. You're going to be okay. I was like, what? Anybody else hear this? Yes.
What's going on?
So I like 2 months later, I made a concrete decision which date I was going to leave. I said, all right, I'm going to let this place go. Because even in that moment, me hearing that voice, I said, God, I have a house. Like, I don't want to lose my house.
Right.
And that voice repeated to me and told me, you're not going to lose your house. Let this place go. You're going to be taken care of. It's okay. So, all right, let me just go. I didn't have any plans, nothing. So that's how I got here. The journey to Yoni care practitioner, being a Yoni wellness practitioner, has been amazing. Me and Dr. Claire at Back to Essentials, we took the accredited program together.
Okay.
Granted, she was doing it before, but the reason being she did it, she started to learn and know and figure out that, oh my gosh, I was doing this wrong. It's more than just putting herbs in a pot.
Yeah, because I had it at her place before too, and I was just like, I'm not sure what's going on. So,
but how did you feel afterwards, though?
I mean, I felt relaxed because after that, I had a colonics as well because she said do it in
together.
sync. Yeah, so it's total cleansing. It felt good, but I was just like, I feel like something more should be happening.
Yeah,
like I wasn't sure. So it's probably be different a second time around.
Yeah, go ahead and try it again. Because my first time I did it, I was like, oh, this is peaceful. I like this. I kind of fell asleep on the pot too, and on the seat. And when I got up, I just felt lighter in my vaginal area. I was like, I literally did like this back and forth. I was like, oh, this feels a little different down here. And I immediately ran to the bathroom to tinkle. And after I tinkled, I looked down, I was like, oh my goodness, it feels different. I just felt so much lighter. It's kind of weird to say this, but I just felt so much more peaceful in this area, you know? But yeah, that's how I got here. I took the accredited program in Atlanta. It was beautiful. It makes you dig deep and do your Yoni wellness work, you know? It's more than just, like I said, putting herbs in a pot, learning about the vaginal area, learning that our emotions, stress, life, everything is crammed into one area. And it's not just your life, it's your mother's life, your father's in there, because you have 50%. You got half dad, half mom. So that's all encompassed. And not just talk about that, you got grandma, granddad, great grandma, great granddad. And remember, you have 2 sets of great grandparents as well, and grandparents. So you have all those people and all those generations stored in your uterus, your yoni, your whole reproductive area. So we have to take care of ourselves. We gotta let that stress go. We gotta tackle issues. We gotta tackle the experiences that we go through and release them and let them go. Because if we carry them, they manifest into other issues and illnesses and sickness. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a that's me and it in a nutshell in a bit.
So the word yoni. Let's talk about that because a lot of people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And they're like, what?
Yeah. So yoni is Sanskrit for sacred opening or space. So, like we said, it's very sacred down here. You got to protect it. You know, it's a private place. It's divine because life comes from here. Right. You know, so we as women, we have to protect our life centers, our sacred life centers, because we carry our babies here. Our babies are formed here. So yeah, that's what it's Sanskrit for sacred opening or sacred space.
Awesome. And that's where our root chakra is as well.
Yes.
And so when you're feeling unsettled and you have to get back in tune with your root chakra, and all of that helps get you settled in and help you identify where exactly you're feeling unsettled at and what you need to fix in your life. So that's what I really, really like about figuring out and getting more in tune with your vaginal wellness and internal wellness.
Here's another thing too. We mostly equate the reproductive area with the sacral chakra. Color orange, people, remember that. The sacral chakra and the color orange, that whole area represents creativity. Because think, you procreate with your reproductive system. You know, that's male and female. So that sacral chakra area, if you ever if you're feeling blocked, or you like writer's block, for instance, your sacral chakra is blocked. You may even need to have an orgasm maybe to help release that energy, or just sit and think, you know, get creative, start coloring, pick up something else creative to do. But yes, that's what that chakra is. It's the sacral chakra. You know, the root chakra is right there. It's earthing and it's grounding, that chakra. So if you need to get grounded, yes, work on your root chakra, it's the color red. But for your sacral or your reproductive area, wear the color orange, eat orange food. All of those things to represent that chakra in your yoni area, since we're yoni specific.
All right, and so let's talk more about this yoni tea and this yoni egg and all this yoni stuff that we got going on.
Okay, so this yoni tea is a yoni aphrodisiac tea. I also have just a regular basic yoni tea, because when you say the word aphrodisiac, most women think
like, oh my gosh, be trying to jump off the walls and swing in the ceiling and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna rabbit your man as soon as you get home. No, not per se. Even though I've heard testimonies, and I have a personal testimony myself from drinking this. Yeah, you will get hot and tempted. But I think there are other factors involved when you drink the tea.
Okay.
But for the most part, the Yoni tea is similar to the Yoni steam blend.
Okay.
They're all, the Yoni steam blends, pretty much like I said, have the same ingredients. They're all natural, all organic. Damiana, no mugwort, no wormwood is in it. A lot of women get Yoni steams with mugwort and wormwood, excuse me. They're not supposed to.
Okay. So why not?
Endometriosis.
Okay.
Women who have endometriosis, they can bleed out.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Because vaginal Yoni steams, they promote circulation and stimulation in the vaginal area. So you have to be careful. Know what's in your blends. That's number one. But yes, the Yoni tea, it does pretty much the same thing as the Yoni steam. This is just a great addition. It has a whole bunch of passion fruit in it. You want to go ahead and take a look and see what's in it. It's cinnamon, pineapple, dried cranberries, dried kiwi. A bunch of fruit, yep.
Make it sweet.
Yeah. You can add extra cranberries to it, extra cinnamon. I'm a cinnamon girl all day. I love me some cinnamon and some tea. Yeah, so,
it smells good. It smells like trail mix.
It does? Let me see. Let me do a little bit. It does smell like trail mix a bit.
Yeah, because of cranberries.
Could be. Yeah, so there's the pineapples in there, some mango in there, dried cranberries, there's some rosebuds in there. Let's see what else is in there. I'm not going to tell everything because that's why you have to buy the tea.
So
you know,
can,
some Damianas in there, some hibiscus is in here.
Okay.
But it helps flush out all toxins in that area. So if you have toxins or anything just built up in your uterus, your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, it helps flush everything out.
And this helps with like trauma and different things. Correct.
Most definitely. Women who are also having, I don't like to use the word infertility because that's like telling women, oh, you're not fertile. Right. No, every woman is fertile. We just have to tap into why you're not producing eggs or maybe not getting pregnant as you should, per se. So let's just say she's having a hard time conceiving. If you're having a hard time conceiving, this helps, the herbs in here help stimulate the blood flow, because a lot of time what we don't realize is the life experiences, the trauma, that's the blockage that's stopping you from wanting to procreate and create a baby. So this helps move that energy along so you can allow for that flow or allow for that energy to come in so you can create that baby, to have that healthy environment. It helps increase libido.
Okay.
It helps with vaginal lubrication, because there are some women like who are menopausal stage who are having issues. I don't like to say problems. They're having issues or concern with vaginal dryness. So this helps with that as well. Let's see what else this helps with. Fibroids.
Okay. And that's a big thing.
That's a huge
that's
thing.
A really big thing.
That's a really big thing. This helps break down the fibroids, because fibroids are benign fatty tissues that just sit on your uterus, so that helps breaks it up a little bit, so you can pass it easier, so you won't have to get surgery to cut your fibroids out. And I think that's very invasive. It's a thing of personal choice. Yeah, it's a personal preference. I personally, if we can exhaust all natural causes first, to get rid of them, let's do that first. But if it gets worse, comes to worse, cut them out. Go ahead and cut them out. Because I've had a friend, she's my age, and I'm only 29. She was like 25, 26 at the time. She had a 10-pound fibroid. Yeah. And she's had a baby, and being pregnant with a 10-pound fibroid and a 7-pound baby, imagine that. Being 25 and having that. It's horrible.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's horrible. And then the doctors are sitting there telling you, well, after you have this baby, we need to go ahead and schedule your hysterectomy.
Yeah, because then you're taken away.
Yes.
My mom had fibroids too, and it was before all of this started becoming, well known, of course, years and years ago. And I know she had to have like a partial hysterectomy. And
that's what they were offering her, a partial. And to hear those words at 25, granted she keeps saying, like, I don't want any more kids, but to be that young, you know what I mean?
You say that now.
Yeah, you say that now.
2 or 3 years, you might change your mind. You might be in a place where you want more. You want something different.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
But just take care of ourselves, ladies. We definitely have to take care of ourselves. Do your research. Excuse me. Research is important.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just listen what the doctor tells you and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna do what he says. Because not all. That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, I was gonna get into some doctors are just not saying that they can't care for you, but some doctors are not competent in caring for you as a unique individual.
Yeah, most definitely.
I know when I'm talking about training, and I've always said this when I'm talking about training and I'm talking about eating and diets, and everybody's asking me, like, I want to try this, I want to try that. It's not a one size fits all for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody is unique. What works for you might not work for me.
Mm-hmm.
We're different people, and doctors can't treat us as a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
You have this symptom, so I'm going to give you this, because that might not work for you.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So yes, we have to be mindful of what's going on in our lives, and then be more mindful of what we're intaking in our bodies as well. And the people we intake as well, in terms of partners.
Right.
Because energy is not created nor destroyed. It transfers from one medium to the next. So our partners do give us energy as we're having intercourse with one another.
And they're depositing that energy inside
of you, yes.
And you're sticking with that.
Yes.
And so when we're talking about vaginal trauma, we're not only talking about like rape and
Yes.
incest and
Most
molestation.
definitely.
We're talking about those type things.
Yes.
When you're dealing with somebody who has not the right energy for you. And it
Mhm.
shows up in like your pH levels
It
and
does.
things like that.
It does.
You might not mix well with somebody.
Yeah. Just in holistic, like, translation, BV. A lot of times when women say, you know, every time my husband and I, or my boyfriend and I, or my partner and I, every time we have sexual intercourse, I get BV all of a sudden.
Vaginal trauma and BV.
BV.
Yeah.
But yes, BV can translate to be your partner's energy not aligning with your energy, and it's not supposed to be in your body. It's an infection. It's a bacterial infection. So this person's energy has infected your body, and this is your body telling you, keep him away, keep her away. We don't like this person.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, check your partner's energy. Because if you keep getting something from them and they're not having intercourse with somebody else, it's them.
You don't
Meaning
mix.
you don't mix.
Yes.
Yes. So y'all need to get on one accord and figure that out. And it may be a thing of your body's in your life, in the universe, God is trying to tell you, this ain't the person for you.
Yeah,
this isn't the person for you. Swim away, swim away.
Keep swimming.
Keep on swimming. Keep going. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200.
Yes,
Just go. Run.
Go.
Yes.
All right, so we got the Yoni egg.
Yes. This is a small amethyst, but this is the Yoni egg. So the Yoni egg is inserted into the vagina. What the Yoni egg does, it makes us do our Kegels. I call our yonis not just the love muscle. I call it the lower love muscle, because the upper love muscle is our heart, of course. Oh. But yes. But yes, it helps us. It makes us do our Kegels. So, like with you in personal training, you know, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it.
Right.
And that's a principle we have in massage therapy. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So ladies, if you don't use the muscle, you're going to lose the muscle. And especially for women who've had big babies. Like I have a best friend, she's had 2 10-pound babies back to back. You know.
And you need that.
But I feel like we all need an egg.
Yeah.
Like I use my egg faithfully.
But it's also for like bladder
control. Because I know women who got into Yoni wellness because like a lot of them, they do their squats, and you know they're getting older and they have kids, and they're like, you know, they keep telling me I need to get a hysterectomy, but I know there could be another way because I just don't like it every time I do a squat. I tinkle on myself, you know?
Yeah.
And so
running, squat jumps, anything like that. Anything. I have that issue.
See, and this makes you do your Kegels. So you're going to tone up that muscle. So you're going to pull those vaginal walls back up so they won't droop and be all sad and causing all other issues. This also helps keep the vagina moist.
Okay.
That it helps with vaginal dryness, because like your mouth, when you suck in, your mouth gets what? Your mouth gets moist. Same thing with your lower mouth. This is what it does. It makes you lubricated. So that's another thing. This also helps with circulation and stimulation in the reproductive area. It gets the blood flowing, and it keeps the blood flowing. Because when you're pumping that muscle, you even know with just personal training, that blood is flowing.
Yeah.
So that you need that blood flow to go. Even if you're having irregular periods, get that blood flowing. Stimulate that area, because it could be that you have a blockage somewhere in there that's preventing you from menstruating regularly. So get that energy flowing and going, and get that blood circulating and going, because there could be a blockage somewhere. The Yoni eggs come in different crystals. So like I said, today I have an amethyst. Amethyst is good for the third eye. The sixth chakra helps with intuition. Like I said, it connects with the pineal gland. It gives, I call it the insight. We have outer sight, but it makes us go within. Mm-hmm. So you know that voice that tells you, you know what, you shouldn't go to the grocery store today because they're not going to have what you need. Well, I'm going to go anyway, because then you get there and it's like, it's a waste of time. Yeah, well, that voice tried to tell you earlier, you should listen. Or even when you're driving, you're like, you know what, I'm going to the mall. I hope there's a parking space up at the front. And lo and behold, guess what?
Boom, there's one.
That's your intuition. Boom, it's right there. So that's what the amethyst is really good for. Amethyst is good for forgiveness too, with the heart chakra. So if you need some forgiveness work, or you got some forgiveness work to do, or you need help with your pineal gland, or get more in tune with yourself, or just the energies that are around you, you want to be more aligned, you want more insight, you want to be able to hear yourself and hear what I call hearing God more, this is your egg for you. Okay. You have clear quartz, represents the seventh chakra. I call that one the great amplifier. That's the one that I have, and I love it. They have jade, that's your money egg. Green aventurine is your money egg too, because it represents the fourth chakra. Rose quartz, that's the love egg. Rose quartz goes with your heart chakra, your fourth chakra as well. I have bloodstone that goes with earthing, black obsidian. I tell my women, I don't judge anyone. However, if you have a number of partners and you are active, very, very active sexually, get your black obsidian egg. It protects you. Get those energies out of you. Get them going. Mm-hmm. I even tell some women, and I even do this myself, I sage my yoni. Oh. Yeah, I do. Because if I have questions about you and you've been in here, condom, no condom, I'm going to sage. I'm definitely going to sage. So all my ladies who have multiple partners or like to have multiple partners, get your black obsidian egg. Get those energies out. Get them all out so you can be clear. But it's a great earthing stone to keep you grounded. We're spiritual beings. Right. We're I like to say we're half divine spiritual God beings, and we're half human. So that's that medium that helps keep us grounded here in reality, but also it reminds us that you're a divine spiritual being as well. What else do I have? I have lapis lazuli. I actually have that in my bra. I'm going to pull that out as a matter of fact. I know. Oh, my God.
Okay, we used to be training, and little rock would fall on the floor, and I'm like, Josh, I got your stone. And
it still does.
She's like, oh, just keep that one.
So this is, I don't know if you can see it fully, but that's a lapis lazuli. It's good for your fifth chakra, your throat chakra. So if there's anything you want to declare, if you've been speaking badly, or if you have a speaking engagement, throw that egg on up in there. If you've been saying nasty words to somebody, or you want to communicate clearly or better, that's a good egg for you.
I'm going to need that from me for all these interviews can go. That's good.
And even wear the color blue. People don't know, just because there are colors to the chakras, people don't know that you can wear these colors to represent that. I had a client, she was having some gastrointestinal issues. Lo and behold, she didn't know this, but she told me, she said, my favorite color is yellow, and I've been wearing a lot of yellow lately. I said, that's very interesting. And I had to let her know, like, you know that's for your solar plexus. You've been having gastrointestinal issues and concerns, and she almost had to have surgery. Mm-hmm. And I told her that. I said, that's the color that you need to be wearing. Keep wearing it to keep your spirits up and to move that energy out of there. She's like, oh my God, I didn't even realize and recognize that. But in all her pictures, they're all yellow. She has on something yellow, if not on all yellow.
That's awesome.
It's really awesome, and we don't realize that we gravitate towards that color.
What you need. Your body always tells you what you need.
Yes, it does.
And that's the one thing that I can associate with training and health coaching as well. So I'm always like, listen to your body. Mm-hmm. It tells you what you need, regardless of what you think you should have. Yeah. If it's telling you to grab something, it's because you need that. Yeah. For whatever reason it might be. Yeah. So I'm very much a believer in listening to.
Unless they're Oreos, then don't grab the Oreo.
So sometimes I mean, you might need an Oreo. Hey, I'm like, it's vegan. vegan?
Yeah. Well, if it's vegan, on the other hand, get the almond milk.
Yes, or let's do this. Sometimes. Well, they're okay sometimes. You know, I'm an 80-20 person.
Okay, but that's good though, like you said. And that's one thing that's always gravitated me towards you. You're realistic. You know, you have that trainer, you need to be eating your chicken breast. You know, you need to have your brown rice with your broccoli and do your meal prepping every day. No, just kept it real. Look, I'm going to have pizza tomorrow. I had pizza yesterday. But you saw me on that chair meal up there for an extra 10 minutes. That's Jess. She keeps it real. And I appreciate her for that because she's human.
Because, you know, that's life.
That's life.
It's totally life. It's life. And that's how I feel like that's life.
Yeah.
You're going to fall off. Or
Yeah.
don't criticize yourself for falling off.
Yes, that's true.
Because then you get worse.
Yes,
and you
that's true.
stop altogether. So
Yes.
it's life. But this was very, very cool, very interesting. I hope you guys learned something today. How can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Moonlight Holistic Health. If you choose to follow me on Instagram, I am on Instagram at the Joshelyn. Joshelyn is spelled Joshelyn. So hit me up on Facebook if you have any questions.
Awesome, because I'm going to be getting some Yoni stones and
This
tea and all
is
that
your
stuff.
tea as a gift.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay.
And she has tea.
As we drink our wine. Talk.
Yes.
All right. Well, check out next week's episode, Women in Business. She's doing awesome things. Follow her on Facebook and Instagram. Find her and make sure you get your vaginal health in check because we need that. It's important.
Get your yoni in check.
That's right.
Yes, because your yoni burst depends on it.
That's right.
Yes.
Everybody depends on it.
Everybody depends on it. Yes.
Your mom, your dad, your spouse, your kids. If it ain't right, everything else goes wrong. So,
Yes.
all right. See you later.
Bye, y'all.